Alright, we are back. Hey everybody. Before we get started again, story time. Kelso wanted me to share this idea that I have that's like my pet idea. You know how like everybody has those ideas where it's like this great idea that you love that you would never in a million years actually do because it's like has nothing to do with your skills in life or where you are or even like what you want to do with life, but it's still a great idea. So mine is totally this restaurant that I would love to own called Y-Fries. And Y-Fries is like an internet cafe in that like there's free Wi-Fi and there's like all kinds of, you know, like nice couches and tables and, you know, like little coffee tables and like big puffy armchairs and stuff where you can just like come and hang out with your laptop and sort of work on stuff. But they only serve fried food. So you order like fried like sides and appetizers, so like French fries and chicken wings and onion rings and fried mushrooms and all that delicious stuff with like a wide variety of like really tasty dipping sauces. And then to drink there's like a variety of gourmet sodas and gourmet milkshakes, which would be like, so it's kind of like fried food but sort of a little bit of a like a hipster fried food place. When you come there and you just like order delicious fried food and have, you know, spend time on the internets. And with your order you get like fancy cloth napkins to wipe your fingers on, or you can also borrow one of the wireless keyboards that the restaurant stocks and like pair it to use a USB to like pair it to your laptop, and then you can just use that so that you don't get grease all over your own keyboard. And then those keyboards are like dishwasher safe so that the restaurant can just wash them in bulk. So yeah, that's totally my idea. If I ever owned a restaurant, it would be Y-Fries and it would be fantastic because French fries are the best food in the world. Anyway, so let's get back to this game I was playing. Let's see if we can get my camera to cooperate. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Onward. Yfries.com is owned by GoDaddy. Good to know. Like I say, I don't think I would ever actually, like, I'm not in a position to ever own a restaurant, but it would be awesome. I don't think it's so much that I want to own Y-Fries as I want to have a Y-Fries near me that I can just go to and eat French fries at all the time. That's really what it is. I just want to eat French fries with like pesto mayonnaise and drink like delicious milkshakes. That's my dream. Hang out on the internet. Emperor Gestal himself asked me to do his portrait. What if he doesn't like it? Oh, so you're a painter, huh? You didn't by any chance paint like busty girl, whatever the name of that thing is, Portrait of a Pretty Lady or something like that. The busty girl in the impresario's house. I will keep in mind that you are here if we ever need a painter. Why do you even let me go here? There's just like a little area here that doesn't need to be accessible, but it is. Fry Guys, Fry Guys it sounds too much like Five Guys, which is a pizza chain already. So, yeah, sorry Jetlag, you missed the Y-Fries explanation. It'll be on the VODs. You can just find this segment. It'll be at the very beginning of this segment. What am I even doing? Alright, no entry into the port. That's fine. I didn't even want to go to the port. Belongs to the Empire. Or Jetlag, someone in chat can also explain Y-Fries to you, since I just finished explaining it. Let's see, weapon shop. Oh, I've been here already. Does this just go all the way around? I guess this just goes all the way around. Or maybe I was going this way and I just hadn't gone up yet. That might be the case. Yes, okay. So this is the relic shop, right? The music is suddenly different in here. Why is it so jaunty all of a sudden? Are you selling jaunty relics? I feel like I have goggles. I have 7 goggles, which must mean it's an item I've been stealing from somebody. So I don't have a wall ring. Casts reflect. Interesting. Huh. I don't necessarily want to do that because I heal a lot with magic, and so reflect will be not super useful for me. An amulet does what? Ooh, protects against 3 stats. I actually want a couple of those. 3 stat protection is useful to me. Oh, the music's gotten louder. I must be approaching the source of it. Is this a speakeasy in the back of this item shop? Why do the clocks always have good items? Who puts items in clocks? Oh my god, there's totally a speakeasy in this area. I guess I didn't have to do a password to get here, but still, it's a bar. Whoopee! Yeah, and there are guards here, so it must be an open place. This guy looks weirdly upset occasionally. They're whistling at the girls. Leave those girls alone. They're just doing their jobs. They're waitressing. I don't need your hassling. Unless they're just prostitutes here soliciting the soldiers. But, yeah. I mean, they're all wearing the exact same thing. So they're either waitresses or clones like everybody else in the world. Out of the Empire. Well, how can you tell by looking at us? I mean, I guess because everybody in the Empire is clones. Is it politically incorrect to say, oh look, floozies? Well, maybe they're opera floozies. That's like the classy class of floozies. They're dancers. Although dancers has been a euphemism for prostitute in this game before. Or at least like, I don't know, burlesque dancers? Whatever it was, it seemed to make Cyan very upset. Nuts, these soldiers are absolutely insane. Are they? I mean, I assume they're just doing their jobs. The cafe is like an Imperial soldier's dormitory. Alright. Whatever that means exactly. This is the cafe. Something valuable to the east. The Empire built a base there and no one may enter. That's probably the thing that we're looking for. To bribe the troopers. But you said it was like a dorm for them. Mess with the Empire and... Mess with the Empire and... Oh, now we're on this side. Okay. Is there a way around besides the cafe? Can I go behind the cafe? It wouldn't be the first time that the Geo has lied to me. Nope, can't do it. This time it's blocking. Alright. Cyan's done freaking out now because he has Sabin. Sabin did actually tell him to calm down last time. Yes, what did Cyan call her? He used, I remember he used some very fancy terms for her. But I forget what they were exactly. I don't think I need to stay at the inn because I'm pretty sure I am healed already. Because I can heal on the airship for free, so I don't need to spend money on an inn. Alright, so I think we're all equipped. We've talked to pretty much everybody in town, so let's go to the world map and explore. Because I think we are going to find that secret base. So I know the secret base is to the east, so of course I'm going to go to the west first. So that I can see what else there is to explore. I guess it's not secret, it's just heavily fortified. One thing watching the VODs has made me very aware of, in a self-conscious sort of way, is how often I touch my face, which is apparently a lot, but my nose is itchy, you guys. I have an itchy nose. Of course, now that I say that, like, now everything on my face itches, because I'm thinking about it. And now you should think about it, so your face gets itchy. Scratch your face! Jokers. Fight them. Steal from them. Kill them all. One opinionated, we decided that Sabin and Cyan are OTP. They're a couple. No more discussion on the subject. That's just the way it's going to be for the rest of the game. That's why we always have to have both of them in the party. Oh, here's a terrible one. You notice the feeling of your tongue in your mouth right now. Sorry, in chat we're doing those, like, terrible things you can make people aware of about their own bodies for a little bit. Or how about the way your socks feel over your feet? Thanarod asks in chat, how much do y'all think it would cost to permanently furnish one's home with floozies? I'm pretty sure that's a service in Japan. Just probably experiment more with these espers so I get a better set, like, so I remember, like, what they all do and stuff. She not... Oh, shoot, I forgot to give her another esper because she had everything unequipped. That's something I should do. I should also relook up, Sabin's blitzes because I can't remember how to do anything other than suplexing and the fire dance one. And I know there's two others. There's like the Holy Aura one, and then there's just like his straight up pummel one, which is the starting one. I haven't done my, like, jamming out to the victory music yet this episode. I should do that. Skills, right? That lets me equip espers? Yes. Here, take your esper back, please. You were in the middle of learning that stuff. And I was about... Oh, right, I wanted to check on Sabin's blitzes. So there's left, right, left is the basic one, and then down, down, left is the aura one. Okay. Left, right, left, and down, down, left. And I'm gonna save, because I actually feel like I haven't saved. I actually probably did save as soon as I got to this map. But, yeah, I saved 3 minutes ago, so, you know, my perception of how often I've saved is a little off, but that's okay. Saving all the time is good for you. I will admit, part of me is just super excited to see a bunch of new enemies and know that I can eventually go collect them on the bells. Like, even though I don't use Gao and it's kind of, like, not relevant, I'm like, ooh, like, I can totally get all of these for Gao. I hope I have time to actually do Cure before we kill all these people. Nope, apparently I don't. I know there's a... So, Thanarod, on the subject of women as furnishing, I know there's a service you can get where you eat sushi off of naked women. Like, that's a thing that is done in some places. I watched a BuzzFeed video about it because I am obsessed with BuzzFeed videos because I'm terrible. That is a quite the hole to get caught in, by the way, if you have, like, a couple hours that you never want to get back. Go search, like, people try things for the first time BuzzFeed on YouTube, and, yeah. It's just, my favorite ones are the food ones. Like, people try this food from a different culture for the first time. Specifically, like, people from other countries trying American food, usually, although Americans trying food from other countries is also pretty fun. But dang, do they have a lot of videos in that style. And they also do stuff like, I don't know, men try wearing heels for the first time, or, like, you know, guys try, like, suggesting makeup for their girlfriends, and I don't know. They're like, it's easy to, like, they're not great videos. They're not, like, the pinnacle of entertainment, but it's really easy to go, like, oh, let me just watch one more, and then realize that you spent, like, 4 hours watching it. Yeah, I don't think I would prefer to eat sushi off a naked person's body. Like, that seems... I mean, I'm sure they go through efforts to make it, like, sanitary and hygienic and whatever, but, I don't know, it just feels like that would just feel weird. Like, they can't talk to you, they have to stay very still, so you can't exactly make a conversation with them. And what would you say, like, how is it being a human plate? How do you feel about, you know, being, like, this weird aesthetic object in this scene? Is it good money? I assume it must be. Most jobs involving nudity are. We're done. Oh, Jetlag! Jetlag says there's a sushi track place called Sushi Boat near me, and rather than a traditional conveyor belt, there are little boats that float around the track. Actually, that is the traditional option. That's what they used to do before they had conveyor belts. Like, there was a system where you had a little canal and the sushi went around in a boat, and then they modernized it and replaced it with conveyor belts, which is how you get kaiten bars that are around today. I do like a good kaiten sushi bar. I usually end up, like, having to order most of the stuff from the menu anyway, because I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat fish. So, like, mostly when I get stuff off the conveyor, it's like edamame or something like that, and then I have to order everything else separate. But some places will have, like, you know, kappa rolls or something with, like, cucumber or avocado. Sorry, just jam into the victory music, because you've got to do that. Once an episode, it's important. Alright. Wow, I made it all of, like, 5 feet there. Still, having done this for, like, however many weeks now, I still see that and think, oh god, why are my characters fighting each other all of a sudden? I should probably be using magic from some of the other characters at this point, because they have it, so they might as well. Let's use Rama, why not? Bolt Fist! It's not as good as your sword tech. I mean, you know, if you're gonna be summoning, like, a giant otherworldly monster that causes some kind of, like, apocalyptic war, you would think it would be more powerful than just using a regular sword attack. Around this way. Man, they are giving me a lot of freedom of movement here. I get to explore, like, this whole continent. I kind of really like how the game has gotten, like, the explorable area has gotten steadily larger and larger and larger. Like, they, you know, at first you were the first part of the game was pretty railroaded and steady, where you could only go to certain specific places. And now it's gotten a little bit, like, you know, then they start giving you a slightly more open area and a slightly more open area until, like, now they're giving me, like, a whole continent that I haven't been to before that I can just, you know, check out and see what's there. And it seems like there's more in this, on this continent than there was on the previous one, or at least more explorable space. Wifey fries. Nah, that's not a restaurant that I have any particular desire to go to. I like Wi-Fries because it's exactly where I want to be spending all of my time. Seriously, if there was a place like that around me, I would never eat anywhere else. Unless there was also a really good ramen place around me, then I would eat there and Wi-Fries. That fire dance is powerful. Maybe they're, like, weak to it. Dot down in this corner, and dots on the map generally mean towns or dwellings or some other interactable place. So, try that out. Is the dog type enemy called Ralph? It's just called Ralph. Those two are wyverns up there, and the dog is just Ralph. He does look a bit like a Ralph, I will grant you that, but all of them are named Ralph. Ooh. How could you cure Cyan? He could use some help. Everybody else is doing okay, but Cyan's a little low. Waiting for the sword deck gives me time to cure. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. For the record, Naked Sushi has the sushi sitting on large leaves that are then on the people. You're not eating directly off the people. Yeah, that's true. And, like, usually they're not, like, their genitals and, you know, other areas are, like, draped with, like, seaweed and leaves and other sushi stuff. So they're not, like, just straight up plain nude, but it's more like they are decorative platters on which the sushi is served to you, which it's still weird to me. Like, okay, fine, I guess that's a thing, but I don't understand why anyone would prefer to eat sushi that way, I guess. Yeah, to each their own, I guess. Hello. Itchy nose, God. No, I think I'm okay for now. Thank you, though. There's nothing this way. Actually, maybe I should heal myself a little bit, though. Celeste, heal us. Magic. Okay. On we go. Oh man, guys, guess what I did earlier today? I saw... I'm not gonna let you guess, I'm just gonna tell you. I saw Ant-Man in theaters. It was a cute movie. I really enjoyed it. It was very entertaining. Not the best Marvel movie, maybe, but certainly not the worst either. I liked it better than a lot of others. It's very cute, it's very funny. It's got some good action sequences. I thought the joke about... They do this constant visual gag where during the fight scenes, the camera pulls out so you see like how ludicrous and ridiculous the tiny fight would look from a distance. And I thought that was gonna get old, but that gag never gets old the entire movie. It's like consistently funny. Ronnie Suisse's Cotton's the most beautiful town. Look what the Empire's done to it. To be honest, dude, it looks like every other town that I've been to so far, pretty much. I mean, you know, cannonball holes aside. Is this the town of Miranda? They told me there would be good weapons there. Let's see, this is good for Celeste, so I could get one of those. As is this, though. This is also good for almost every single other person, so maybe I should get like 3 of those. And this is good for people too. Nice. The only person who doesn't need more stuff is Sabin. And oh man, I'm spending all my money, so I won't be able to buy the good weapons. I'll have to go and grind a little bit for cash. Last time I did that, I ended up in Zozo. And we all know how that turned out. Okay, actually. You. Equip. And then I can switch directly. Oh, no, don't do that. Do this. Okay. Is the green beret really better than the thing you were wearing otherwise? Okay. I'll take the algorithm's word for it, I guess. My son's being forced to serve in the Empire's army. Well, that's not very nice. You don't want a conscription-based army. They don't want to be fighting for you. Did you hear the gossip floating around here? This is a dog-fighting ring. That's terrible. We all know dogs are the deadliest creatures in this game. I suppose I shouldn't distract them. Oh, don't do dog fighting. How cruel. This is our only means of recreation. I doubt that's actually the case. Maybe one of you should start a local Wi-Fi's restaurant. TM. I have to find the weapons shop to see what great weapons I am now no longer able to afford. Oh, hey! You're that lady! I should go back and send his letter again, because I know he had another one. But I guess I'll have to do that later. Oh, I don't like where this is going. Aisha, no? What? Okay. Day will come when the dogs will rise against their oppressors. Yeah. Well, I mean, clearly they could take out any of the people. Well, there's the weapons shop. Any of the people in that circle quite easily if they wanted to. So, alright. What can't I afford? Some mithril pike, poison claw, which I already have, an FA, which I already have, and a boomerang. Now, this weapon with this icon earlier was a weapon that did same damage from the back row as front row. So I actually want to be able to afford that. So I might go grind a little bit until I have 4,500 gold. Ooh, Jetlag found a spa called Dragon Tree. That sounds delightful. You know, I don't think I've ever been to a spa. I mean, I assume a lot of people have never been to a spa, but seems a little odd. Chicken lip. I'm pretty sure that's a cockatrice. That's what cockatrices are supposed to look like. Which probably means that they will cause petrification, which is actually quite dangerous. Spa at the Portland airport. Well, if I ever go to Portland, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know, I like the idea of a spa in terms of I feel like I would enjoy being there, but I don't feel like I would ever be able to self-justify the expense of going to a spa, because it's literally indulgent, right? Like, the whole point of it is that you get to relax and indulge yourself physically in a way that you don't normally get to on a day-to-day experience, and I tend to not be super big on, like, I'm very financially conscious when it comes to indulging stuff. So, I don't know, I feel maybe spas are not as expensive as I'm mentally thinking that they are, but I'm assuming that it's like 50 bucks, and I wouldn't spend 50 bucks on just a thing that I would do for one day to relax. But maybe I'm totally overestimating the cost of this kind of thing. Maybe a massage is like 10 bucks and it would be fine. But it's also time that you then have to spend. Anything down this way? Burning some gil, getting myself a boomerang. It'll be just like Avatar, The Last Airbender. You know what? Use your actual magic. So far they haven't paralyzed anyone, which is good. I'm really worried that they are able to do that. And I don't want to deal with petrification because it's annoying. Because if it's like the petrification status in every other Final Fantasy game, it means you basically can't do anything while you're petrified. And if everybody gets petrified, it's party KO. Because it doesn't wear off. It can only be cured. Ooh, that actually is a lot of gil. How much do I have now? Wow, I already have enough gil. That was pretty fast. Big Will says, "You've got me more lost than trying to lose Shia LaBeouf in the woods." Talking to Thanarod. That's a good reference. If anybody hasn't seen the actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf video, recommended. Boomerang. Same damage from the back row, yep. Equipping it. Alright, so... This is a little lame because I know it's we've only been going like half an hour, but I definitely want to end the next segment by like 9:45, so I have time to prep for the Hannibal live tweet. And like close out the stream and stuff. Maybe I'll go a little bit longer, like another 10 minutes or so, and then I will switch. Or take another break is what I mean. So, give up your full moon and get a boomerang instead. More battle power. Good, good, good. Okay. We are ready to take on the next place. Man, whatever merchant told me that this place had powerful weapons was totally overselling it. Although there was another place that also supposedly had good weapons, so we'll see when we get there. Guys, we have almost 17 hours in this game. Okay, so I think there's nothing else on this little peninsula here, so I can go back around. Chicken Lip is a terrible name, too. Like, who's Stray? Let's see what Stray does. Cat Rain. What? Did the earthquake come from the stray cat, or did it come from the cockatrices and just damage everybody? Oh, it comes from the cockatrices, okay. That hurt a lot. Cyan gained a level. Nice. Or Cyan should switch espers yet. What magics have you learned, Cyan? Okay, you're still learning one of them, so I'll keep that on you for now. Skills, no, first I need to actually use an item to revive her. Phoenix down. Oh, and is one of the things teaching life yet? Do I have the ability to, actually, like, revive people with magic instead of items? Because that would be nice. This recovers probably, like, way more health than I actually need it to for how much it's costing me. Yeah, okay, and she's out of mana, so maybe I should stay in that inn. Just to recover my MP. Okay, I'll do that and then I'll go back around. See what's on the other side of this continent. Definitely use Quake for anything underground using Dig. Yep, that's true. Quake is super effective on anything that has dug underground. And also on fire types, because it's a ground type move. My favorite strategy is in pair battles to have one... So if you have, oh gosh, what's the evolved form of the Mudkip? Swampert. If you have a Swampert and a flying type that knows fly, in my case it was an Altaria, then you just use Quake most of the time. Probably didn't mean to save in that slot, but okay. And then that takes, that takes out everybody, but it doesn't affect Altaria because Altaria is flying type. And then you have Altaria use Fly, and while Altaria is up in the air, you have Swampert use Surf, which also takes out, like, both enemies on the team. Or Muddy Water, which also affects everybody else. So you have like all these options because Swampert is ground-water type, and then perfect when paired with flying type. That was my best doubles team. At least for in-game stuff. I've never done actually like fighting other people in Pokemon, like real humans. Because I don't really like that kind of competitive stuff. I get kind of really competitive when I'm playing against other people, and I don't like the feeling of like being upset if I lose and like worried that I'm gonna lose, and it just makes me anxious, and so I just don't like to do it. I like to just stay out of it. Suplex something. It's been a while. Gotta keep those suplex muscles warm. You might be thinking, Thanorod, of Beedrill, which evolves from a Pokemon called Weedle. And Beedrill is a flying type. It's a flying bug type. Beedrill's pretty good. I actually really like bug types. There aren't a lot of good ones in the earlier games, but they've added some pretty nice ones in successive generations. And so many things are weak to bug, like unexpectedly. Including Psychic type. Sure. I may have forgotten to put that. Nope, I did enter it correctly. Yeah, I agree. Bug type is underrated. I would say my favorite type is probably Grass or Dragon, but I definitely agree that Bug is underrated. And Dragon, just because I like dragons, so I like Pokemon that are like dragons. I actually don't find it that useful as a type. I just like most of the Pokemon that are in that type. And I tend to really enjoy grass types as well, because they almost always like have some really good moves, like your leech seeds and your poison powders, and it's fun kind of messing with stuff and with status effects and stuff, which the bug types also have. What am I doing? I am really not paying attention as much as I probably should be. That's the kind of danger with random battles in Final Fantasy games, is you get complacent after a while, and you stop paying attention, and then, like, you can easily just get killed out of the blue. Hey, I got some dragon boots from that dragon. I stole that dragon's boots! You guys, I stole that dragon's boots. Grass not the one that, like, damages and causes sleep? Or is it's just, like, it does a repeated grass type damage? I might be thinking of Grass Whistle, which causes sleep. I should actually finish my... What do I still have in there? X? Yeah, I should finish X, probably. You use that boomerang lock. Oh, Grass Knot damages based on the weight of your opponent. I don't like using attacks like that, because I prefer for things to not be that conditional. I would like my attacks to always work well all the time. But I can see how Grass Knot would be super useful if you're fighting, like, Steelix or Snorlax or something like that. Or the legendaries, for that matter. But you never want to knock out the legendaries, because you want to catch them. Stuff that's actually really effective takes a little while to get to in terms of like navigating these menus. So the temptation is to just press fight a bunch of times. This is what was great about Final Fantasy XII's system, is that you automated this process. You selected what you wanted to do and you automated it. What was great about the fights in Final Fantasy XIII was they were just less boring. Here's Zen. This is the other supposedly good item store place, right? You guys are pretty sycophantic. I thought some of these soldiers were, like, supposedly conscripts. This is just regular items. I don't need to be here. Panorod says you shouldn't use Grass Knot because it's bullying fat Pokemon. Alright. I'm actually going to stop here, take another break, and then we'll do the last segment. So, be right back. Sorry guys, I know there wasn't a lot that happened in this segment, but I'm trying to be a little bit more like strict and regimented about cutting on time and not having like hour-and-a-half long segments like I occasionally do by accident. So since I'm on deadline tonight, this is my experiment to see if like a 7 o'clock streaming time works and if I can actually make myself be done streaming by 10. So, alright, so I'll be right back. Let's listen to some music, and we'll be back in just a sec.